Welcome back, everybody. Short video this weekend, something that I've been thinking about for a while, a really long time actually. It's probably been a couple months or more by now. And I came up with this idea when my channel was a little bit frustrating to work on, one of those weekends where I was just too stressed, didn't have time for too much. And I was wondering, God, what am I doing with a channel about video games? I mean, I love video games, don't get me wrong, but only recently did I cross into 50 subscribers, and thank you all for that. That's a great milestone for me. Makes me feel great. I don't need any words of encouragement. I don't need any consolation. I'm okay. Thank you. But yeah, I had the idea where I was wondering, God, what am I doing with this channel? It's just a little bit frustrating. Why am I playing so many video games? Why do I spend my time on video games? Why? Is it because I can save them? Is it because you retain something when you play a game? So if you couldn't retain anything, would you still play video games, or would I? Think about it. You play a game, and I'm gonna have some leniency with the rules here. So let's say you start a long game, like a Final Fantasy, like an Elden Ring, whatever, and you have your obligations like work and school and family and your social life. Of course, you can spend some time on those things. You can lend your time there. But the idea is that you come back to the game and you play it, you play it, you play it, through to the end. You complete it, you finish it, or you decide you're going to ditch the game. You can do that as well. But once you have made that decision to leave the game alone, poof, your save is gone. That's what I mean. It's gone forever. And if you want to play the game again, it's back to the very beginning. Now, the gaming landscape would obviously be much different. I don't think companies would be making 60-hour RPGs, obviously not. So maybe we have to think about old school games, things on the NES, like Mario Bros. Would games evolve much beyond that? I don't really know. And I'm going to get into a couple other ideas with saving specifically at the end. Just want to continue to explain this a little bit for those of you. Another idea I had to maybe compare it if you're a little bit lost is you can think about when you're on vacation, right? It's a very isolated moment in time in your life where you're only spending a week in this completely different sphere. Or compare it to a novel maybe, right? You pick the book up, you start it, you read it to the end, and that's it for the novel. You pick it up, you only get halfway, and you leave it alone for a few months, you've forgotten everything, oh shoot, gotta restart the book again. Something like that. Let me get into my answer, and we'll see where the discussion goes from there. My answer is no. I would not be playing games if I could not keep my save. I am a little bit obsessed with my saves. I back them up. I've got another folder on my computer on a different hard drive where once I beat a game, I copy the save and its contents over there. And it's actually been pretty helpful already because moving computers around and changing parts out, or even just sometimes with Steam from a few years ago compared to now, sometimes you might have to import a save, copy a save into a folder, and thank God you have it because that means you can continue from where you left off. You don't have to restart. I would hate that feeling of spending so many hours devoted to something and then for whatever reason it was just gone. I mean, with other hobbies, with working out, you get to see the results, you feel the results, and sure, if you don't work out for a while, your body loses a lot of that strength and that endurance and that stamina, but you can get it back. I guess you could do the same with a video game. My point is, video games have always just been so different to me as a hobby. I guess they're kind of like time capsules in a way, because you play them, and if you can maintain your save, if you can always go back to it, it's there, it's a vessel for all of your memories and all the things you've done. In a game like Breath of the Wild, oh my God, if I couldn't keep my save, I wouldn't be wandering through Hyrule and remembering all the things that I did 2 years ago, a year ago, even a few months ago, every time I boot up the game again. So that's my answer. No, I would not be playing video games if I could not keep my save. I hope I made the rules clear. I might actually do a short on this because it's a pretty interesting topic. It's an interesting question, and it would force me to explain it much clearer in 60 seconds or less. I think the last thing that I have to say about it is I would probably still play games if there were just little multiplayer games with friends, and I can use another example here to explain it to you. Mario Kart, for example. You would always have your carts unlocked or not unlocked, whatever the base game is, and that's it. It would just be a base game. You would have that, but the game would not maintain any stats. So you would never know as you boot up the game over and over again how many times you've won with Mario on that cart or Peach on whatever cart. How many times you've gotten first place on this map. None of that is kept. No data is saved beyond the game's actual files. I hope I've clarified that plenty now. Online games, World of Warcraft. Yeah, good luck. Once your subscription is over or you decide to take a break from the game, your character, gone. All MMOs function that way. So that's it. Oh, Game Pass. I just looked down in my notes. Game Pass, I don't actually have it. I'm not actually sure how it works exactly, but I'm assuming when you play on Game Pass, even though you're just renting the game for all intents and purposes, you can take your save and extract it and maybe put it on your PC if you decide to buy the game on Steam or something like that, right? Let me know about Game Pass if that's got any differences. But I suppose for those of you who are already used to renting games, let me know if your opinion's any different. If you're allowed to just rent a game, and sure, you don't keep the save after, but you have the experience of playing the game, you're fine with that, I would like to know. So that's all. Thank you all for watching. I'll chime into the comments where I can. And if you have more to say, if you want to talk about specific game experiences or you want to make a longer reply, then I encourage you to also do a video response. That's it. Thanks all for watching. See you next time.